One man on an island, one drop in the sea. All it takes to set a wave in motion is a single word in action, a hope that we can be the change that we've been longing to see. For our home, our land, our family, it's all within our reach. See this island, every grain of sand. Hear this anthem, it's the voices of our friends. Come whatever, on the road ahead. We did it before, and we'll do it again.
When the moments turn to hours and the day's last light is gone, look around us always and remember, there were times we were uncertain, but we just kept walking on. It's always darkest just before the dawn. See this island, every grain of sand. Hear this anthem, it's the voices of our friends. Come whatever, on the road ahead. We did it before, and we'll do it again.
Our home, the home we share, where the garden always grows to earth and light. Though the road ahead is daunting, I know we're gonna be alright.
See this island, every grain of sand. Hear this anthem, it's the voices of our friends. Come whatever, on the road ahead. We did it before, and we'll do it again.
See this island, every grain of sand. Hear this anthem,
It's the voices of our friends.
come whatever, on the road ahead.
We did it before, and we'll do it again.
Hi, a very good morning to everyone today. Thank you for joining me for this Pilates class. It is a basic Pilates morning class. Morning, right? Because we are kind of into the noon period already. So if you're ready to work out with me, just make sure that you have your things around you, that you don't have to kind of reach for them in between the classes, alright? So I have with me a very thick mat, because Pilates actually has a lot of movements that requires you to lay down on a mat, and it's always a good choice for you to get a mat that's slightly thicker, or I would say rather denser than a yoga mat. Okay, so I have two blocks here with me. I may or may not use them, but it's always good to have blocks along, especially if you're feeling quite tight in the morning. I have a chair here with me. It's a high chair, as you can tell. So if you want to bring a chair along with you, and yours is the normal chair that fits into the dining table, then of course face the back of the chair towards you. Okay, so you don't have to face the seated portion towards you. Alright, so starting in a feet hip width apart, let's get ready, shall we? My name is Felicia, and I hope you have been having a good time meeting up with friends, maybe, of course within the normal number of people that's allowed. So have your hands by the side of your hips, just standing up nice and tall, maybe just sensing the ground with both feet, growing a little taller through the crown of your head. As you breathe in next, sweep both arms all the way up, and as you exhale, press down from the side. Keep going like this, and inhale to reach arms all the way up. Then exhale, hands from the side, pressing down, energetic lift of your arms. So it's not a soft lift. I want you to energize through into your fingertips. Then as you exhale, starting to press down, almost like you're in mud, I would say. And you're trying to sweep very thick, dense mud up and press very dense mud down. Okay, one more time here. Inhale, reaching all the way up. Now I'm going to turn to face in the same direction as you, so you know exactly what I'm doing. All right, I'm going to bend my right elbow using my left hand. I'm going to try and pull my elbow to the midline of the head. So instead of having the elbow by the side of the ear, see whether you can actually pull the elbow back as much as you can. Then just lean your head back a little bit more. So the idea is to make sure that as you lean back, you're pressing the back of your skull against your elbow. You should be able to see your neck. So it's not this, but rather make sure that your neck is visible. One more breath in here. Then as you exhale, sweep the hands and have that same arm, right arm, wrapping around the waistline. So maybe have your fingers just wrapping around. Just feel that nice rotation of your shoulder. Breathe here. Then if you want to, you can even use the other hand to kind of pull your hand a little bit more to the front part of your body or the side of your waistline. One more breath in here. Slowly release. Now left arm reaching all the way up. Then bending the left elbow, use your right fingers to pull the elbow towards the back of the head. Just walking your fingers down your spine maybe. Remember, I'd like you to lean backwards so the back of your skull is pressing against your elbow and your neck is kind of visible. Now slowly release. Take the same hand, wrap it around your waistline. So have your fingers come onto your right waistline. Either just stay here or use your right fingers to pull the left fingers more towards the side of your body or maybe towards the front of your body. Just opening up through that shoulder joint. It's relatively early in the start of the class, so you don't have to go super hard. And slowly release. Nicely done. Pilates, roll down, get ready. Hands by the side, take an inhale through your nose. The exhale, chin towards your chest. Soften your knees, just rounding your spine, peeling your spine off an imaginary wall. Then slowly stacking your spine up, bone by bone, rising up. You got 4 more times here, right? An in-breath through your nose. The exhale, chin towards your chest. Scoop the belly in, starting to just peel that spine away from the imaginary wall behind you. I'm going to turn side on for the next one so you know exactly what I'm doing. So I want you to always imagine that you're leaning against this wall behind you. Then as you exhale, you peel the back of your skull off the wall first, the neck, the upper spine, the mid-spine. Soften your knees as much as you need to. Then just allowing the head to just be heavy. So if you're looking down to the ground, you would notice that you have tension behind your neck. I want you to have your chin closer towards your chest. Then just allow the head to hang. Coming back up is the same motion, bone by bone. Inhale, exhale, this is the last one. Just articulating the spine, just peeling off that wall. That's it, nice. And slowly just allowing the spine to come back up again. Great work. Take an inhale here, roll the shoulders back. Just a couple of breaths here. So Pilates breath is in through your nose, the exhale is out through your mouth. Change direction, just creating a little bit more heat and warmth in the body. Okay, now starting to face me again. Inhale, arms all the way up. Then as you exhale, extend your arms parallel to the ground, shoulders melting away from the ears, all right? You're going to start to face your chest to the right, come back towards the middle, then to the left. Starting to notice that I'm not swinging my hips. I'm literally just moving through my heart. So keeping my hips still, pointing forward, and all I'm doing is to kind of rotate through the center of my chest. One more time here, come back towards the middle, slowly release. Now, have your hands on the back of the chair, or if you want to, you can place your palms on the wall itself, okay? So I'm going to slowly walk my legs back, so that I can actually lengthen my spine. Now come to a posture, or rather a foundation that's quite firm, so you can actually step your feet even wider than usual. Then just allow your heart to melt closer down towards the earth. Okay, so the idea right here is to feel that stretch through the shoulders. Not just that, you're creating space in your spine as you're sending your tailbone back. So try not to pull the chair. Remember, hands are just light on the chair itself, for you to be able to melt your heart down, to come into a very, very gentle, perhaps, back bend. If you are quite flexible, yeah. If not, just focus on straightening your spine and leg as much as you can. Then feel that stretch through your hamstrings as well. One more breath in here. And slowly, slowly come all the way up. Great work. Shoulder roll again, all the way back. Then shoulder roll forward. Now coming closer towards the chair. If you prefer to hold on to the wall, you're more than welcome to. Okay? But whatever you do, whether it's the wall or the chair, try not to put too much weight onto whatever props that you're using. So you still want to use a certain amount of energy to keep that core activated. Yes? Now, hands on the chair if you like to, then starting to just lean forward slightly, okay? Shifting weight onto your right foot, then come onto your left tiptoes behind. So imagine that this is the back of your chair, especially if yours is the normal chair, like I mentioned, where the back of your chair would represent the height of this very high chair, okay? Starting to level the hips up. So there is no back bend at this point of time. So if you're starting to do this already, can you hug your ribs and your belly in? So lengthen through the spine first, hands are light, then just squeezing your butt cheek to lift the left leg up. It is my left leg that's lifted, so let's go with the same leg together. Okay, so left leg reaching back, stepping through the right foot. Now, the right knee can be slightly soft, meaning slightly bent, because if you're hyperextending that right knee, it's also not so good for your joints. So keep a soft bend. Then squeezing your left butt cheek to lift the leg only very slightly. It's not a big lift. If you lift very high, you would notice that you're hyperextending the lower back already. So I want the work to come into the back of your left thigh and your glutes. So you need to really purposefully squeeze your left butt cheek to lift the left leg off the mat. That's it. Just a few more here, okay? Just floating it up, coming down. You got 4 more here. That's it. 3 more. Nice. Last 2, just squeezing left butt cheek. Last 1, hold it there. Now reaching your left toes nicely, I would say nice and long. Lean your body forward just slightly more, then small little circles. That's it. So it's not an ankle rotation. It is small little circles, almost imagining that you have ink at the tip of your toes and someone's holding a canvas, a blank canvas. You are supposed to draw black circles on that canvas. Through your toe tips, of course. Now change direction in 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it there, breathe, and slowly step forward, rise up. You should have felt a lot of tension or a lot of work in your right leg as well, alright? Inhale, arms all the way up. Then as you exhale, release hands by the side. Okay, shift your weight towards your left foot, fingers onto the chair or the wall, making sure that it's gentle. Now, if you don't want to hold on to anything, you can lean forward unsupported. But I want you to make sure that hips, which is where I'm pointing to, okay? It is not opening up to the side, because there's a tendency without support that you start to find your balance by rolling the right hip back, if that makes sense, okay? Yeah? So whatever option you're choosing right now, make sure that you have a firm foundation through your left foot, left knee is slightly bent, then lifting the right leg up and down. That's it. So if you want to tap your right toes down for a split second to rest, you're more than welcome to do so. If not, focus on squeezing the right butt cheek to float that right foot off the mat. That's it. Keep going. Starting to notice again how this actually feels like. Just breathe. In through your nose, the exhale, out through your mouth. Nice. So no hyperextension through your lower back. Just feeling that, I would say, that work, that contraction of your right glutes. Breathe. Now you got 3 more here. Just floating the right foot off the mat. Halfway down. Last 2, floating it up and down. Nice. 1 more. Stay lifted, hold it there. Reaching right toes really way back so you feel that extension. Then small little circles. That's it. Breathe. Okay, we're gonna change direction, okay? So, starting to just come in different directions, anti-clockwise or clockwise, just reaching toes back, squeezing butt, in 3, in 2, last one, hang in there, slowly release. Shake it out, nice. Now starting to face me, we don't really need support for now, okay, so I'm going to move that chair aside. Coming with feet hip width apart. So underneath your pelvic bones, all right, the protruding bones where you can actually feel through your hips, then sinking nice deeply into a nice squat. Starting to just make sure the knees are pointing towards your middle toe. So hands reaching forward, side profile. If you're arcing your spine, which is what I'm doing right now, hug the belly and ribs in, tuck your tail under. Okay, so your spine or your lower back becomes a little bit more adjusted in the sense that it becomes a little bit more neutral instead of hyperextending it or over bending it. Breathe well here. Starting to just feel into this squat. If you cannot see your toes, it's a clear sign that you're kind of shifting your weight too much to the front. I'd like you to push back through your heels. Then see how this feels like through your kneecaps. If this doesn't feel too good, then rise up a little higher. You're not supposed to go so deep. All right? Inhale, rise up. Exhale, sink a little bit deeper. Keep going. So we are starting the class off with very strong movements to create a little bit more burn through your biggest muscle group in the body, which is your legs. So once you get them started, you will notice that the body actually really heats up quite easily and quite quickly as well. So you want that to actually come in through the entire body itself, so that when you start to move, I would say, in different postures, you feel a little bit more flexible. Keep going, keep going. So shifting weight back, hugging belly and ribs in, shoulders melting away from the ears, remember that? That's it. You got 3 more here, shifting up, then lowering yourself down. Last 2, lengthening through the spine, descending. 1 more, we're gonna descend, stay and hold. Again, please feel into the kneecaps. If there is a sharp pain, then perhaps squats might not be something that you should be doing. Okay, another option I can actually give you is to lean your back against a solid wall. Then as you slide down into, I would say, a half chair position, you can already feel your thighs working out, but because you're leaning back, you're not overloading into the kneecap. So those are your options, okay? So sinking a little bit deeper, only if you can hold it there. Now from here, I'd like you to shift your weight forward onto your feet, onto your toes. Then maybe without rising up, you're gonna lift the heels up, starting to work into your balance and your calf. Hold it there, breathe in 4, that's it, 3. So from side profile, I look like this, okay? Last 2. 1 more breath in here, heels down, stand all the way up. We're gonna try that whole set one more time, all right? So feet hip width apart so that you have a little bit more foundation. Sweep your hands forward, come into a low squat, belly in, tuck your tail under, okay? Then rise up. Keep going like this. Sink a little bit deeper, then rise up. So sometimes I notice that when I come into squat position, there is always this tendency to really bow forward through the hips like this. So if you're doing this, can I ask you to kind of lean back onto an imaginary wall. You're sliding down that wall behind you, just bending your knees, then rising up instead of bowing forward. 3 more here. Sink a little bit deeper if you like to. Last 2. That's it. Now you're going to stay down, hold it down, scoop the belly in, tail under, shoulders descending away from the ears. Hold it there just for a few moments. Then just breathe. In through your nose, the exhale, out through your mouth. Great work. Now slowly shift the weight forward onto your toes. Then lift the heels up. I know that this would challenge your balance. So here's a tip. Look at something on the ground that's not moving. Maybe a speck of dust. Maybe a dirt on the ground. Then just fixate your eyes on that one thing that's not moving. Just lifting the heel a little higher. So heels can come up to 6 inches like you're wearing stilettos, or maybe only 1 inch like a kitten heel, maybe. Breathe in 4, In 3, maybe lower bum down slightly more. Last 2. One more breath here. Heels down, rise up. Shake it out. Well done. Now we're coming into the inner thighs. So facing me again, feet a lot wider than the hips. Okay? So pointing your knees towards the middle toe, lean back on an imaginary wall. Same concept. Belly and ribs, hug them in. Your tail, imagine you have a tail. You're trying to pull your tail from under to the front. Okay? So that's your posture. You're going to sink a little bit deeper. Just pressing on the outside of your feet, almost like you want to peel the arc of your feet off the mat. Then rise up. But please don't overdo it. Because sometimes when I say that, I do see students trying to lift their big toe off the mat. So that's overdoing it. As long as you're starting to notice that the knees are pretty much in line with your middle toe, then it's a pretty good sign. And that does actually mean that you do place a little bit more weight through the outside of your feet, so it doesn't collapse, the knees doesn't collapse inwards. Sweeping hands forward is optional. I like this option because it helps to balance my body. And to make sure that I'm not bowing forward through my hips, I'm leaning backwards. You got 4, that's it. Breathe, rise up. You got 3 more here. Reaching arms forward maybe, then rising up. Last 2, that's it. 1 more, you're going to sink it down low, hold it there. Breathe well, nice and easy. Now this time, right heel lifts up. I am your mirror image. Your left heel lifts up. Right heel descends down. Left heel descends down. We're going to do exactly the same thing, this time leading through the left foot. So left heel up, balance. Right heel up, left heel down, right heel down. Right foot this time round. A little faster, we keep going. 1 right, 1 left, alright? So right, left, right, left. Now left side, left, right, left, right. Now notice I'm not bobbing up and down through my head. So if that's what you're doing, then please try to keep your entire torso pretty much in line and not moving too much. So what I mean is this, try not to go up and down, okay? That's it. You go left, right, left, right. You got 3 more sets here. Each set is made of leading through the right foot and left. 1 set down, 2 more sets here. Sink bum a little lower if you are here to work a little harder today, okay? I know it's a basic Pilates session, but I'm trying to include different variations for those of you who are feeling quite strong and that you do actually practice quite often with me. Last one, left leg up, right leg up, left heel down, right heel, hold it there, listen, both heels up at the same time, both heels down, that's it. You got 3 more here. Can you feel that burn in your thighs? Yes. 2 more here, I know. Whew. 1 more, lifting up, stay, hold it there. Now from here, lower bum down, just 1 or 2 inches, stay for 4, lean shoulders back, for 3, belly in, tuck tail under, 1 more count here, heels down, rise up. Oh boy, shake it out. Nice and easy breath. Now final stretch for the spine again is exactly the same things we did just then. Hand on the wall or the chair, very lightly, then walk your legs back, sticking your bum back like you're trying to do a sexy bum movement, okay? Then allow your heart to melt down. Great work. An easy breath in. Open your mouth to exhale. Now try not to look forward. So look down towards the ground so that the back of the neck lengthens as well. Slowly, slowly rise up. Great work. Now stepping through. Now we're coming into our upper body first, okay? So I'd like you to cactus your arms so you are pretty much facing towards me. I'll be your mirror image, okay? Now the same thing, I'd like you to step your feet wider than hip width. Then turning your chest towards the right, come back towards the middle, then to the left. So I like to work things bottom up because our legs, again, they are our foundation and they are also our biggest muscle group. So when you work them, you really root yourself, find that foundation, which means that any other postures would become slightly, I would say, attuned to our body. And of course, working biggest muscle groups also means that you do actually warm up much quicker. 1 to the left, that's it. Hips are not rotating, only from the chest. We did this before with outstretched arms. 1 more time here, facing forward, hold it there. This time, right fingers point down, left fingers points up. Now, my challenge to you today for this arm section is to never drop your elbows below your shoulders. So elbow always remains high instead of down here. Okay, you ready? Swap. Hold it there just for a few moments. breathing. Now, as much as you're keeping your elbows beside the shoulders, shoulders doesn't lift up towards your ears. So if that's what you're doing, melt the shoulders down, but keep the elbows beside the shoulders. You ready? We're going to switch a little quicker. Let's flip and flip and flip and flip. That's it. Keep going. Now, if you find that this is too much rotation for your shoulders, especially if you do have a shoulder injury, then by all means rest, okay? But of course, if you are here to work really hard, there's nothing wrong with your shoulders, then I invite you today, don't drop the elbows down, okay? The shoulder work today is going to be the hardest part of the class. Keep going. That's it. And I also challenge you to get everyone else in your household to maybe do exactly the same thing. Let's see who can actually endure this muscular endurance section a little longer, okay? So if you're watching the recorded version, you're welcome to pause the video, rewind it, and see whether everyone else can do it at the same time as you. Keep going. That's it. You got 4 more here. 4, 3, last 2. Listen. Both fingers pointing down. Elbows are high. You ready? You're going to wave right, left, right, left. Now, here's where the burn really comes in. Can you still hang in there? Elbows are still beside the shoulders. Don't sell yourself short. I know it's much easier to do this, yes? Yeah, but elbows beside the shoulders, shoulders away from the ears. That's it. So purposefully waving right, left. You got 2 more here. Now 1 more here. Now fingers pointing down. Then you're going to flip and point both fingers up. Hold it here. Now clench your fists, okay? We're going to extend our arms parallel to the ground. Then face the fist to the back of the room. Bend the elbow. Then face the fist up. Does that make sense? Extend, turn it backwards, bend the elbow, flip up. Or if you want to, you can actually have your fingers outstretched. Open, palms facing back, bend the elbow, then fingers up. Extend the arms, palms facing back, bend the elbows, then fingers pointing up. That's it. So today, we're starting to just work into the upper body just slightly more. But it won't be for the whole entire class, of course. There is still the ab work that will come up in a while. For now, just creating that burn, maybe having a conversation with whoever is doing it with you. Instead of just focusing on the discomfort of it, all right? Can we go slightly faster for 4 times? Let's go. 4, great. 3, nice. Last 2. Whew. 1 more time. Fingers pointing up, listen, elbows and palms to come in, interlace all 10 fingers. Now remember, elbows do not separate, they're right in front of your neck. Lifting up towards your nose, down towards your neck. Now notice as I lift my elbows up, I'm not separating them like this, okay? So if you are watching me, you shouldn't, well, I would say if your TV screen of where you're watching this class from is right in front of you, you should be lifting your elbow up and down without being able to see me because your view is being blocked by your forearm. So don't have to peek from the side, okay? Because that also means that your posture alignment is also going to be misaligned. So just look forward at your elbow. It's okay, I'll give you the cue when to stop. If you're starting to grimace slightly, I know how you feel because I'm doing exactly the same as you. That's it. You got 3 more here. Breathe. Last 2, hang in there. You got 1 more time, lifting up. Hold it there. Hold it there. Elbow squeezing in for 4, for 3, for 2. Listen, elbows down towards your neck. Open up your arms, fingers pointing up to the ceiling. Again, hang in there. You're going to wave right, left. Just a couple of times to take away tension. Then outstretch both arms parallel to the ground, just like this. Flip your palms up to the ceiling, then to the back of the room. To the ceiling, then to the back of the room. This is the last part already, I promise you, okay? Elbows doesn't come down like this. It is still lifted beside the shoulders. So your upper arm is parallel to the ground, all times. That's it. Keep going, keep going. Breathing well. In 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last 1, slowly release. Shoulder roll, well done. Great work. Now join me to stretch the muscles out in your arms. So, can you feel this? Can you flex? Can you show your muscles? Yeah? Okay, right arm across your chest, just stretch it out. This is a beautiful stretch. Whatever you just worked just then does actually come into this particular muscle right at the top. So your triceps, biceps were working, so stretch them out. Deltoids. Now from here, I'm your mirror image, alright? Take your right elbow up, left fingers grabbing onto your elbow. Same thing, just push your head against the elbow. Look forward, I should be able to see your neck instead of doing this, okay? So look forward, hold it there. Then from here, release, right arms, just wrapping around through to the left waistline. Left hand can pull the arm a little bit forward. So there was a reason why I started the class off with your arm stretches. Well, the good news is the hardest part of the class is done and dusted. We're going to switch to the other side. So left arm across your chest, pull it in. Just feel that. Okay, take your elbow up, grabbing onto the elbow, pull it in towards the back of the head. Stay here, just breathe. Nice. Hugging your ribs in, just pushing your head back. Slowly release, left arm wrapping around to your right waistline, maybe right fingers to pull it a little more to the front. Feel it, nice stretch. One more breath here. Slowly release. Now palms facing down, look towards your right. You're going to tip your chin down, then semicircle to your left, look to your left. So press the heels of your palms down, chin down, semicircle to your right. Last two, chin down, semicircle to your left. One more time. Look forward, shake it out. Nicely done. If you want to go for one last stretch, you know the one that we did this, you can because it's quite a nice stretch to just feel into those shoulders. See whether you are a little bit more flexible in terms of being able to descend your heart space down towards the ground. Slowly rise up. Great work. Okay, we're going to set the chair aside. So we're coming down onto the ground. When you're ready, let's come into tabletop position first, okay? So I'm facing towards the top of my mat. Whenever I face to the top of my mat, it will always signify that I'll be in the same direction as you in terms of arms, okay, and legs. So you're going to arc the spine to lift the chin and chest. The exhale to scoop the belly in. If you want to layer on the rippling spine, which means that you're leading through the tailbone first, then just slowly arcing the spine, crown of the head to point up to the sky, you're more than welcome to do so. That's it. You got two more here. So I want you to always be very mindful of the way that you're moving. Just focusing inwardly. That's it. You got one more time here. Just lifting the tailbone up, bone by bone. Last to point up is the crown of the head. Same thing as you scoop your tailbone in, curling in. Nice. Okay, this time left palm. Just allowing it to just reach forward. So you're shifting more to your right palm. Then come onto your right tiptoes and then stretch the right leg all the way back. So the opposite arm and leg. Okay? Now if you find that this is challenging your balance, and no matter what you do, you really cannot balance through that left knee and right palm can always come down. So you're only going to outstretch the right foot. Okay? Now for this version, I'd like you to flex your right foot so toes pointing down. Hold it there. Okay? Breathe well. Now right knee to right elbow. So you need to crunch in, belly in, round the spine, extend. Now from here, lift the right leg 1 inch up. Then bring it down parallel to the ground. Crunch it in, right knee, right elbow. Then straighten. So if you have your left hand extended, what you want to do is to crunch it in, elbow and knee to touch instead of just touching your right elbow. Straighten. Then right leg floats up 1 inch off. That's it. Great. Then crunch it in again. Okay? You got only one more time here. So with your left palm down or not, I'm going to leave that option up to you. Then palm and knee down, child's pose, push back. We won't stay here for too long. We're coming into a side bend as usual. Walk your hands to your right on the outside of the mat. Left palm over your right, just opening up the left rib cage. Back towards the middle. Change other side, walk towards your left, right palm over left. Just opening up the right side body. Coming back towards the middle. You ready? Tabletop position again. Then you're going to stretch the right hand forward, okay? So reaching, then left leg back if you like to. Now get ready. Find the extension first. Flex the left foot down. Knee and elbow to touch, or left knee to your left elbow. Straighten arm and leg. Only the left leg lifts up. Back to parallel. Knee and elbow, or knee to elbow, supporting elbow. Then float the left leg up and down. So I'm going to show the easier option. Left knee to your left elbow, crunch it in. Straighten left leg. Float the left leg up. That's it. So don't go so high until you're hyperextending your lower back. Same concept applies. Okay, that's it. You got 2 more here. Crunching it in. Pushing back through your heel. Flex the foot. Lift up. 1 more here. Knee and elbow to touch. Extend. Left leg floats up. Then left knee down, right palm down. Child's pose again. Don't stay here for too long. Just 1 breath here. Then when you inhale, sweep your arms up, lift your torso up, stand on your knees. So arms up. As you exhale, sweep hands behind, interlace all 10 fingers, push your knuckles down. Present the chest forward, so you're not dumping into your lower back. You are just doing a nice squeeze through the shoulder blades, as if you're trying to hold something through that shoulder blade. Breathing well. Then slowly arms to sweep up again. Then as you exhale, palms down. Now tuck toes, first downward facing dog. That's it. Now we don't have too many downward facing dogs today, so you can go ahead, walk the dog out, just pressing through your palms to lift the hips a little higher. Okay. Now when you're ready, you're going to start to step the right foot in between your palms. Shift forward into a really long stance. So you might need to wiggle left toes back. You might need to wiggle right foot 1 inch towards the right, so there's a wider foundation. Then left knee down. That's it. Untuck the left toes if you wish. Left palm down, right hand reaches up. So this is a simple twist. So don't dump the weight into your left shoulder. There's a tendency to do that, especially if you are not used to this posture. Instead of doing that, lift away from the left palm, left shoulder, then open up through the chest to face towards your right. That's it. Just pulling the right shoulder back a little bit more so it stacks above the left. 1 more breath here. Now right palm comes on the inside of your right foot. Use your right elbow to push against the right kneecap. Then walk your right foot 1 or 2 steps towards the edge of the mat. Plant the palms down. That's it. Hold it here. Now friends who want to feel a little bit more of a stretch through the hips, you can actually rock side to side. So that is one option for you to try. I always recommend trying all sorts of, I would say, permutations of that same posture, because we do actually have different bone structure and we might actually feel quite different even though we come into the same posture. Okay, so if you want to deepen this stretch, you can tuck your left toes under, come into stillness first, then lift the left kneecap off the mat. That's it. Now if you find that this is too much for you, drop the left knee back down again. Okay, in fact, if you find that this in itself is too much for you, you can use the blocks even at level 3, which is the highest. So just prop yourself up. You will instantly feel a little bit more comfortable here. Okay, so I'm going to leave it up to you what actually feels much better for your body, because that's your body. I can't feel it entirely. So I'm here to give you suggestions, but your true teacher, I would say, it's actually within you. You actually know exactly what to do. That's it. So for those with left knee lifted off, I want to see energetic left leg instead of halfway down. Okay, like you want to do it, but you don't want to do it as well. So the back of the left kneecap is floating up towards the ceiling. Just a long breath in through your nose here. Then as you exhale, if you have your left knee up, you're going to descend the left knee down. That's it. Now left toes is the one that I'm tapping. I want you to turn it towards your right to tap on the outside of the mat. Okay? Then you're going to rise up with arms parallel, facing towards the left long side of your mat. Now cactus your arms, same thing, elbows beside the shoulders. We've done this before. As you inhale, chest forward, pull your elbows back. As you exhale, scoop your belly in. Great. You got 2 more here. Open up through your chest. Exhale, scoop it in. Last one. Open up. Exhale, scoop it in. Great work. Now from here, fingers are coming down onto the ground on the outside of the mat on the left side. You're going to straighten the right leg, then see whether you can actually point the toes up to the ceiling. So you have to shift the weight forward a little bit more towards your right foot. Walk your fingers again towards the right foot. So you're kind of at a diagonal. Now flex the toes up. Feel the stretch through the outside of your thigh and your hamstring, which is here where I'm touching. But your bum is not sitting on your left heel, okay? You're still fairly lifted, okay? Then flex the foot. Hold it there. Breathe. In 4. In 3. Last 2. One more breath in here. Slowly, slowly come back to the other side, the back of the mat. Tabletop position. So we're facing in the opposite direction right now, okay? So palms underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. A couple of cat and cow here. A cow pose as you inhale, tailbone lift, chins lift. Exhale, scoop belly in, round the spine, eye gaze down towards your belly button. 2 more. Inhale, that's it. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Tuck toes, downward facing dog. Great work. Ready? Left foot steps in between the palms. Big wide stance. You can always frame the left foot with your blocks if you have them. Then slowly descending right kneecap down. That's it. Hold it here. Now plunge your right palm down. Left arm reaches up towards the sky. Sending left shoulder back. It's not the left hand just pulling back, okay? So left shoulder moves backwards. So you're stacking left shoulder over right shoulder. Shifting weight forward a little bit more. So you're not doing this, okay? So your bum is not pushing backwards. It's actually coming forward. And you're sinking the hips down. One more breath here. Then as you exhale, left palm comes down on the inside of your left foot. Wiggle your left foot towards the edge of the mat. So when I look down, my left toe tips and my fingertips are all in one straight line. Okay? Using left elbow or left arm to kind of nudge the left knee away from you. Now here is our option 1. You can rock side to side. So you should feel a certain amount of stretch through your thigh bone that's connected to your hips. Option number 2. You can tuck toes, lift the right knee off the mat as well. Okay, this is going to increase the intensity of it. If you feel that you're halfway about this, you don't know whether you should do it, then please drop the right knee down. Because if you're coming up to this posture, I need to see very energized right leg. That's it. Starting to notice how this feels like in this side of your body. So the bone structure, left, right, super different. Don't expect the same. Please taking in a couple more breaths. And as you exhale, everyone, if you haven't done so, right knee down. Turn your right toes to the outside of the mat on your left. Walk your hands towards the right side. Then lift up, okay? So remember, bum doesn't come down. You're still fairly lifted. Cactus your arms. Ready? Open up through the chest. Exhale, rounding in. 2 more times. Open up through the chest. Exhale, round in. 1 more here. Open up through the chest. Exhale, rounding in. From here, fingers back down onto the mat. Straighten the left leg. So wiggle it away. Now bum is not sitting on your right heel. So don't sit on your right heel. You're still shifting forward. Then maybe flex your toes up to the ceiling. I'm talking about the left toes, okay? Maybe walk your hands closer towards your left foot so you feel even more. Just lowering your chest down. Just feeling the stretch through the back of the left thigh, your hamstring. 1 more breath here. Slowly walk your hands towards the top of the mat. We're going to lay our chest all the way down, okay? So sink down. Now, I won't be doing this movement with you because it's impossible for me to coach you and do it at the same time. But I'll show you first, alright? We're coming into this thing called a swan dive. So palms beside your ear, then press into your palms. Now your elbows are hugging in towards your ribs. You're pressing your toenails or your front part of your foot down into the mat. So you're going to slowly lift your chest up. Hold it here. Okay. Now my bum is squeezing so that I can create that arc spine that is quite secure. I'm going to take a breath in through my nose. As I exhale, take a look. I'm going to reach my hands forward. But come back up again. Alright? So notice that I need to lift my legs as I reach my arms forward. Here we go. Keep going. Exhale, rock forward and back. Good. Exhale again, rock forward and back. Good. You got 5 more. Exhale, rock forward and back. Lift the legs up even higher. 3 more. Reach forward, lift the legs up. 2 more here. Reach arms forward, legs up. Last one. Reach arm forward, legs up. Come back into the same posture. Melt your spine down. So belly button down first, your ribs, your chin, then your nose. Okay? Now, this time, sweep hands behind you. So starting to reach your hands towards the back of the mat. Look forward first. Open up your collarbones. Then lift your chest a little higher. Squeeze bums. Still squeezing your bums. Thighs off the mat. Okay? Everything down. Everything up. As you come down, look to your right. Everything up. Then as you come down, look to your left. Everything up again. Look to your right, resting on your left cheek. Everything up again. Look towards your left. That's it. Keep going. Squeezing glutes, making sure that you're working into your back muscles. Nicely done. Great work. You got 4 more here. Look forward. Left cheek onto the mat. Look forward. Right cheek onto the mat. That's it. Nicely done. Last one here, lifting up. Descending down. Now look forward. Palms beside your chest. Slowly, slowly push yourself up. Child's pose. Bum back, reach hands forward. Maybe wide-legged child's pose, so your thighs are separating from each other. Knees are apart. Then you're trying to melt your ribs in between the thighs. Just lengthen your arms forward. Breathing in nice and deep. One more breath here. And as you exhale, rise up. Sit on your bum. Feet to the top of the mat. Lay yourself down. This is the last part where we focus on the abdominals, okay? So, shoulders are melting down into the mat. Just feel that grounding of your shoulder blades in towards the earth. Feet flat, hip width apart, hands behind the head, nose to chest, curl yourself up. Slowly uncurl. That's it. Keep going, curling yourself up, then uncurling. Now simple crunches here for the final 5 minutes before we start to stretch and to allow our bodies to limber up just slightly more. Now here's what I'd like you to do. You're going to curl yourself up twice. That's one. Second time, curl yourself up. Then you're going to twist and face towards your right. Twisting to your right. And twist towards your left. Okay? Now nose to chest is about really articulating the upper spine. Just lifting off the back of the head, the neck, the upper spine, melting down again. So I named 3 points because it's much easier for you to just focus on 3 points. But essentially, if you are actually quite in tune to your body, you would notice that you can actually feel into the many, many bones that make up your upper spine, your thoracic spine. 2 crunches up. That's it. Nice. So try to go slow instead of a very jerky movement. Twist, face right. That's it. Twist, face left. Again, keep going. Now, option is to take your legs up to tabletop to do exactly the same thing. This is going to increase the intensity because it's starting to work into your lower abdominals as well. Then twist to face right. Great. Twist to face left. Nice. Now, I have one final option for you. So, curling yourself up and down. That's it. Then as you twist, left arm reaches across the outer thigh. Now 3 options for you to work with. If you find that you're struggling, can you please always plant your feet down, just focusing on articulating that spinal lift, one bone at a time. Like a string of pearls, you're lifting up. Then twisting, your shoulder is going across the midline of your body. It's not about the elbow moving across the body, it's the shoulder. Okay, 2 crunches. Keep going. I shall be doing the easier option. But of course, if you're here for a tougher class, then I invite you to take option 2 or 3 with your feet lifted off the mat. Twisting to your right. So we go by time, okay? We have about 90 seconds here. 90 seconds, I would say you can complete at least 4 to 5 sets of this. I'll let you know when the last 30 seconds is, okay? Keep going. And if you are working with level 2 or 3, please keep going. Don't lose that foundation. Don't just give up because it's uncomfortable. Discomfort is kind of like an everyday part of our lives already, right? Not that we are supposed to be complaining about everything else, because we are really lucky to be here. Twisting. When you start to read the news about everything else that's happening, especially in Afghanistan, you notice how lucky we really are. Okay, last 30 seconds. Keep going. Can you complete at least 2 sets, okay? 2 sets. Come on, slowly, not quickly. Lifting up and down, that's it. Coming into a twist. Okay, crunches, lift up and down, whether with your feet off the mat or not. We're gonna do a little bit of crunches before we tune it down into the stretches, okay? So just lifting shoulders off the mat and down. You got 4, that's it. And 3. Last 2. One more time. Melt your shoulders down. This time, if your feet is on the mat, can you lift them up like I am? Keep your knees above the hips. Join your thighs together, almost like you're conjoining both legs to make one unit, almost like you have a tail, okay? So hands can come up a little bit wider, so palms pressing down. Drop both knees towards the front. Then slowly float the legs up. That's it. So notice I'm not actually dropping my knees to touch the ground. I'm using my waistline as I come back up, the side of my waistline, my obliques, grounding both shoulders deeply in towards the earth, then floating the legs up to the middle. That's it. On to the left. Great. Using the waistline, float the legs up. So working into those obliques that we have actually worked. So you might actually start to feel that sense of, I would say, fatigue or tiredness almost immediately. In case you're wondering why, the twist that we did before this movement was aimed at your obliques as well, okay? So especially for such a movement where your legs are suspended in air and you're kind of moving into a dynamic position where you start to constantly move the lower body, please move with caution, move slowly with intention, using your core instead of just swinging your legs around or creating momentum, because that momentum can be kind of an uninvited energy that goes directly into your lower back. One more time, alright? One to the right, one to the left. Great. Lifting both legs up. Then to the left. So not lifting any part of the shoulders. Come back towards the middle. Step the right foot down, left foot down. Straighten both legs and rest. Great work. Just have your hands beside you. Maybe close your eyes just for a few moments. Now when you're ready, outstretch arms overhead. Then snow angel your arms down towards your hips. Reaching arms up again. Exhale, hands by the side. One more time, arms overhead. Exhale, sweep down. This time, hug the right knee in. Now here's where we're going to bend the left knee, step the left foot onto the mat. Right peace finger, okay? Second and third finger. Grab onto your right big toe. Now the elbow can be on the inside, so you're pushing your knee away from you. Then left hand presses down for a little bit more support. Kick the right leg up to any degree. It's okay if your right leg is bent, but you're feeling a lot through your back of the thigh. That's good enough. So straighten and kick the right heel up as much as you would like to. Hold it there. Friends who are fairly flexible, you can straighten the left leg. to make an L shape. Okay, if not, keep the left knee bent, left foot stepping onto the ground, hold it there. From here, bend the right knee, stack the right foot on left kneecap, right hand through the window in between the thighs, then reach for the back of your left thigh. Just hug it in. So this is very likened to sometimes when we do stretches with our knees bending in front, that means we're upright. They call it the pigeon posture. This is actually a safer option, especially for those with very bad knees, but you do need to stretch the outside of your thigh, the side of the thigh, which is the IT band, that connective tissue where loads of muscles are attached to. Slowly release the foot. Now keep the figure of 4, okay? Outstretch your arms, step the left foot towards the left, drop both knees to the right. So weighing the left kneecap with your right heel. If this doesn't feel good, you can unstack the right foot, okay? You can look up, you can look to the left, to the right. I leave it up to you. Come back up again. Unravel the legs, step it down. Great work. Now this time round, you're going to sweep your arms. I would say down first, then reaching up. Yes, because we were starting from overhead just then, right? So straighten both legs, arms reaching up. Now down towards your hips first. Straight up. Reach up again. Press down. That's it. Reach up. Now catch onto your left knee, hug it in. Get ready. Bend the right knee, step the right foot down. Left peace finger, second and third finger grabbing onto your left big toe. Right palm presses down for support. Kick the left leg up towards the ceiling. Again, this leg doesn't have to be straight. Remember, the objective is to stretch your hamstring. And if you're quite tight and if you're already here but feeling a lot, stay with that option, okay? Only if you feel fairly flexible, you can straighten the leg, maybe even straighten the right leg as well. Up to you, okay? If not, keep the right knee bent. That creates a little bit more space through your lower back. And it might not be your hamstring that's tight. It could also be a combination of your lower back and your hamstring. You're going to re-bend to your left knee, stack the left heel on the right kneecap, left hand through the window, hug onto the back of your right thigh. Figure of 4. Slowly release, right foot descends down. Now step your right foot one step to the right so it's towards the edge of the mat. As you can tell, drop both knees towards your left. So starting to find what feels good for the head, shoulders melting away from the ears. Look to your right, left, up to the ceiling. Find something that actually gives you that sense of ease. Now come back towards the middle, unravel the legs, and hug your knees in. Hold on to your shin or your ankles, I'll leave it up to you. Lift the head off, rock a couple of times. This is rolling like a ball. Then sit all the way up. Great work. Now coming to the last part of the class where we start to really move into the last 1 to 2 minutes where we focus on our breath. I like to always sit on the block, but you don't have to. If you have a cushion, you can always put it under your bum as well. So coming on to a elevated resource, which is a block on my end. Knees down. You can always stay cross-legged, seated firmly onto the mat. Again, completely up to you, okay? Sitting up nice and tall. Then breathe in, arms reaching up. As you exhale, release. 2 more here. Inhale, arms up. Now as you exhale, hands to sweep behind your lower back. Interlace all 10 fingers. Push your knuckles down. Look forward. as you inhale up again, sweep both arms up. And as you exhale, hands onto your thighs. Great work, guys. Thank you so much for joining me yet again on another class on a Sunday morning. It's close to lunchtime already. I hope the crunches made you really hungry. I'll see you guys again next week. Remember, it's always about consistently allowing your body to be present on the mat at an appointed time. So hopefully you guys are joining me live as well. Okay? And I'll see you next week, same time at 11 a.m. Enjoy your weekend, everyone. Thank you.